music uncovered.
Good people of CCR TV, welcome to another wonderful show. It's called Music Uncovered. Well, surely you've heard of covered and uncovered, right? So, covers are songs which have been done originally by people, and then bands and singers and various artists they sing them in their own style. It's called a cover version. But we, CCR TV, are all about original music. And throughout this series, we will be chatting with people who have composed original music. Today, I'm joined in the studio by a dear friend, the lovely Sherise D'Souza. Hi, Sherise.
Hi.
Welcome. So, tell me, when this musical journey of yours began?
It's a really long story and a very interesting one because I've been singing since childhood.
Okay.
And my parents have always encouraged me since childhood to sing in church, sing for mass. It all branched out from there when I started singing for God, and I started devoting my voice, learning a lot of gospel music right since I was 8 years old.
Right.
Joining various choirs. Right from in Bombay, I was very lucky to join a lot of religious choirs where I got to sing in voices and be in the soprano section of the choir and learn the different parts of classical. The classical music, classical music is a lot of it is very spiritual, like the Ave Maria and all this.
Absolutely.
And just singing those kind of pieces gave me so much of in-depth knowledge about music, about how emotion can be transferred or transmitted, and even devotion can be expressed through music.
Absolutely. Are you sure you're a soprano? You have a nice bass voice. You could be an alto as well.
My music teachers all throughout, they always told me you are a soprano. I mean, because I could sing a lot of high notes. When I speak, I do have
Yes.
a alto tone, but when I sing, I sing in a higher pitch, and I mean my voice has also changed over the years. Maybe when I was younger, I had a more of a
Yes,
high
a higher
pitch.
pitch.
Yes.
So it's wonderful, like so many great artists, they started singing in church.
Right.
And then from there, it sets a lovely platform. I think you'll agree that, when you sing in a choir, combining with all those voices, it helps your voice to stand out. Did you experience that?
It's a very deep learning for me because I had that understanding of how to listen to others and at the same time project my own voice and not be too loud, be balanced, and also understand the necessity of the piece that I'm singing, how it should be sung. It should be sung softly, or it should be sung loudly. Certain parts of the song have to be sung in a soft manner. Some have to be more projected. So I went along with the group and I kind of learned to modulate my voice because of being in a group. And I also learned a lot of vocal exercises, doing a lot of exercises together with the group and stuff like that.
Did you manage to master all those Latin terms over there? They have a tempo and adagio and all those.
Yeah, that was really interesting for me to learn because I was a part of many professional choirs. I also sang in opera or operatic music as well. I've been performing at the NCPA in Bombay.
Wow. Okay.
So I did a lot of Western classical work. So thanks to that, I understood a lot of these Latin terms, and I learned to read music thanks to being in these groups, and because we had certain tutorials on how to pronounce Latin words, also how to read those the notations as well.
Yes.
And follow the notations, because the conductor is standing in front of us, but the conductor cannot tell us everything because he or she is conducting the instruments as well as the choir, and 100 things are going on.
So all these Latin terms and all, did you ever think that one day you would move away from church music and classical music and get into pop and jazz? And when did your exposure to different genres of music happen?
So I have been singing in choirs right through my 20s as well.
Okay.
And just went deeper and deeper into it because I got opportunities to go abroad and perform them as also, and like quite like complicated works as well, like Mozart and even a cappella works. So basically what happened was, one day I just happened to go to a studio,
Right.
and I said, let me test out my voice as a solo artist. How do I sound? Because I had never stepped into a studio since childhood. I was always been on stage and performing
With
live
groups.
with groups.
Okay.
And a lot of times I never used to get the solos, because the solos are given to very few people in choirs. So I never thought, okay, I had a solo voice. But one day I just went into a studio and I said, let me see if this works or not. And then when I heard the result, I was shocked. I was really surprised that I had a loud voice, and I could project, and I had this gift that God had given me. And then I just started to realize it. So that's
I think shocked. I think shocked is not the right word. I could say you were pleasantly surprised.
yeah. Pleasantly surprised.
Others may have been shocked. Oh my, Sherise D'Souza, what a powerful voice. Yeah? I'm sure people must have said that.
Yes, even my parents were quite pleasantly surprised by that.
Okay, so then through the teens, and when did you start performing professionally?
As soon as I started recording, once I started recording one song in the studio, I was happy with the results. So I started, recording every week.
Oh.
I used to record one song a week, and I started with country music, something more, rock, and that was like more suited to my voice. And I could sing country. I had the accents and all. Very down, I was very good at putting the accents for the songs.
Like, which was one of the country songs you sang?
I did, the first song I ever did was Don't Put Dirt on My Grave Just Yet.
Oh, okay.
And I'm a big fan of this serial called Nashville.
Right.
And it is a musical kind of series about some girls who are into country music, and how their life and how they go through their life being artists and pursuing their dreams. So
It's like a reality show?
no, it is a like a musical show.
Oh, I see. Nashville.
Nashville, yeah.
Interesting.
It's all about country music stories and stuff. So I liked a lot of songs from there. So I recorded 2 songs from there. And as you can see, I did not do songs which are popular and which people listen to it. I did something which I wanted to sing. So and then I made people listen to it, even though they haven't heard it before, they haven't seen this, nobody knows about the series, but I made them listen to it by my performance. And I ensured that it was a high quality performance, video and recording that I did. And I shot the video in a studio like this, and I put a cowboy hat on. And I was like singing with the mic and, performing it. And
when I go home today, I'm going to search for this Nashville, because you've also piqued my curiosity now. So thank you for that. It's always nice to be, exposed to different music rather than listening to the same songs and all. But is that what drew you to jazz? Because jazz is like taking a song and, making it your own.
I was always drawn to different kinds of music, because when I was small, I attended right from like metal concerts, I attended rap concerts, I attended jazz concerts, I attended rock concerts. So I was
Your parents were totally broad-minded, I must say.
Absolutely.
Totally like rock on.
My parents just let me explore and see where I fit in. I even went for certain piano lessons as well. And I did certain
grades?
Not grades, but I did certain levels in piano as well. And I also did a little bit of guitar as well. I learned guitar, and the music was always running through in my house. And my dad plays guitar, so we used to have sing-song sessions at home also.
Oh, nice. Yes.
And along the way, I also used to write a lot of poetry for myself, and used to take a pen and paper and just keep writing my thoughts, and I had some deep thoughts, and then I started a blog. So I just started writing on a blog. And then my writing became more and more, boiled down and more simpler, from complicated to simpler. And
so, at this point, I want to ask you, what is the difference between lyrics and poems? Because you have written both.
Right.
We are viewers are going to, hear you sing and also talk about lyrics. But you started off saying that you wrote poetry.
Right.
Did you convert the poems into songs, or you kept the poems as they are?
So in some cases, I did convert my poetry into song, but in order to convert it into lyrics, it needs to follow a certain structure.
Okay.
of what a song would need. For example, a verse, a chorus, and then the poetry has to be, my poetries used to have a lot of words in them, like long sentences sometimes, and the ending word would be rhyming, but I needed to
Not
make
always.
it. Yeah, so
Poems don't always have to rhyme.
but the way I wrote, my style
Okay.
was I used to write very long when I first started writing poetry, it was like long sentences and just so then when I showed it to some musicians, they used to tell me that this poetry is too long, you need to cut it down, you need to boil it down, bring it down from 10 words to 2 words.
Could you relate an example, like, one phrase of a poem which you have written?
Off the top of my head, I am just thinking.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So there was once a girl who went to school. She was afraid because she thought she was not cool. So that is a long sentence.
Okay,
long.
that way. But that's one
So
of your poems.
no, it's not.
Okay,
I
you
just
just
thought
gave an
about it.
example.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
She actually wrote a poem here for me, telling me about, but I wasn't that girl. But yes, since we're on the topic of poetry, that's another feather in your cap that you recently released a book of your poems.
Yes, I did.
Fantastic. And how did that come about? How many poems did you put in that book?
Around 21
Okay.
poems.
So,
yes.
But you must have chosen from a bank of poems.
Absolutely.
So what is your number? I mean, how many? 100? 50?
Right now, it's the count of poetry is around 50 to 60.
Okay.
So I selected from there and I put it into the book. But this is my first book, and I plan on writing many more types of books, like some on music, some on my like journey in music as well, story based, or some more poetry, whichever people.
All artistic.
Yes,
all
all
artistically
artistic.
inclined.
Right, and I also like to have a knack for clicking photos as well. If you go through my Instagram, I have a lot of expressive photos, and a lot of people have appreciated that.
What is your handle?
Sherise D'Souza Official.
Okay.
Yeah, SHERISE Official. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please take note of it. Now we come to the essence of what Music Uncovered is. We had this idea at CCR TV to encourage musicians, young and old, to compose. And since your compositions have received recognition, first let me ask you, the chicken and the egg question. What comes first, the words or the tune?
It all depends on every situation which I am in. For example, in some cases I have already written the lyrics.
Okay.
I have written the poetry. Then I have a tune that comes in my head and I try to fit it into that. In some cases I get the tune in my head first and then I try to put lyrics into that tune. On some days I sit with a musician and the musician has a riff and I compose on the spot over that riff. And I just put words.
I should have brought my guitar. We could have composed something in the studio.
Absolutely, anytime.
But you don't play an instrument and yet you compose. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean,
While composing, you don't use an instrument.
No, I don't.
This is something which many people are worried, or they feel like, oh, I'm not good at the guitar and all. How will I compose? Composition, of a song, I think it comes from within you.
It absolutely comes from
Yes.
within, yes.
And some tunes you hear them in major and minor as well.
Yes. I do.
So there is no limit to basically. It's actually from a land called imagination.
Everything stems from there.
Okay. So, which is the song which was featured? Tell us about that recognition that you received.
So there are a few of my songs that got internationally recognized. One is On the Dance Floor, which is a dance song which is being played in the UK and the USA as we speak, and I just get notifications every day my songs being played in UK and the US. Like there are these radio stations who they tag me on Twitter, your song is being played here. I mean, like at this time, it's every time I get tagged. So On the Dance Floor is about dancing. About my love for dance. So I had so much of passion and love for dance that I wrote a song on it to explain to people, like, when you're sitting down and the difference between when you're sitting down and when you get up to dance and the feeling of dancing, and then encouraging people to get on the dance floor.
So like dance helps you connect better with the music. Is that what your song is about?
It's also about letting go
Ah,
of all the worries, all your stresses that is holding you back and holding you down. When you're on the dance floor, everything just
so it's like a
washes off.
feel good song.
It's a feel good song. That's why people enjoy it so much, and they
Awesome.
like playing it all over. And it's got around 3 verses. So it's quite long.
It's this like a disco beat.
Yeah, it's like a disco beat. Yeah, dance disco beat.
You know, we are from the disco generation. Those of you who know me. And now today you're going to be singing a song for us here in the studio.
Right.
What song is it? What song have you chosen for us?
I have a blues song
Oh,
called Shine On.
right.
Shine On is a kind of a blues song, and it is all about telling yourself and telling others to shine on whatever is holding them back, to just get out of there and like you can get out of whatever situation you're in and be who you want to be a positive person, and help others also to shine on, like how you're helping me shine through this interview right now.
The lights are helping as well. But no, I mean, when there are times when, you meet someone, like we actually met online. Sherise has a bit of a magic power. I think it's an app where you send her pictures and she converts them into these awesome stickers.
Right.
So our first interaction was through that. We didn't know each other, and I just requested you, thanks to our good friend Colin. And yeah, so that's when we met. And then we met at the first time for the International Jazz Day.
That's
Yes. What was the song you sang that day?
I sang I Wish by Stevie Wonder.
Oh, yes. And I said to the audience, and I said to Sherise also, it's difficult to sing a Stevie Wonder song. Okay? And as much as it would be my wish to hear that song again, but our show is all about originals.
Right.
Okay? So what we are going to do is we will listen to your song. But before we get to the song, I just wanted to ask you, since you're a live performer, what has been the response when you sing covers and when you sing an original?
Yeah, so when I sing covers, there are certain covers which people immediately click.
Popular.
Yeah. They immediately click to, for example, Summer of '69 or Wonderful Tonight. Everyone
They want it. Someone or the other wants those songs.
Yeah.
Okay.
And but when I sing, some of them ask me, why don't you sing originals? And once I sing my original, they immediately like are so happy to hear something new that they've never heard before, and which is sounding so good.
Yeah.
And they're just happy to hear something new. But we are always scared to put out our originals because we are like, what would people think? But then it's a whole new world for them, and they listen to something that they haven't heard before, and then they start grooving to something that, and then I mean, me as an artist feel satisfied that whatever I have created, people are enjoying. For example, if you've created a dish, you're a chef, and you've created a dish, and the person is enjoying your dish, and it automatically brings you satisfaction because it's something you have.
Yeah.
It's your baby, right?
Chicken a la Sherise.
Absolutely.
What is the best thing someone has said to you, after a performance?
They just told me that.
I'm sure many people must be coming up to you and saying, is there something which has, struck, or some incident where something amazing?
Actually, I couldn't tell you. Just yesterday, I was performing at a 5-star hotel, and I asked them, what song do you want to hear? They just said, you sing anything. You have a amazing voice. You sing anything.
You're building up the expectations now of our viewers. They are like, when is she going to sing? Okay, so, they just wanted to hear your voice.
Exactly.
And I'm sure our viewers are also in that same seat. They're just waiting to hear your voice. A lady who sounds with a nice bass tone, but when she sings, she goes into a soprano mode. All right, so we will listen to Shine On, right?
Sure.
And see where that takes us.
I can't take this life, I ain't nothing without you. Don't want no hurt, I tried, but I found no love so true. my heart aside. Take it for a ride. It's a doggone crazy fool. Oh. So many people in this world, they think you're so crazy. So many people in this life, they break you in two. So many people in this world, they think you're so crazy. So many people in this life, they break you in two. Why won't you come around, darling? Why won't you come around, baby? Why won't you come around, darling? 'Cause I'm hurting too. Got nothing in this golden place. Got no one there to take your place. Tell me what the hell should I do to make you come around? Got nothing in this dirty place. Got no one there to take your place. Tell me what the hell should I do to make you come around? This is my place, you're a rascal, you don't have a thing. You needed space and I never had to take your things. I wanted badly all the beauty that this world could bring. I had to spread my wings, and all I do is sing. Shine on, shine on. Hold on, hold on. Let go.
Oh my God, that was amazing. I was, by her side and I could get, my test for a good song is the goose flesh, and I did get the goosies. Well, Sherise, tell me, what was that award that, you had mentioned about on the Jazz Goa group? You got a very special award. What was it?
It's amazing because that day when I met you at the International Jazz Day, and the way you introduced me, I still remember. You said every time she goes someplace, she wins an award. Right?
She always has to pay excess baggage because she goes to a place and comes back with an award. So yes, what are the awards that
So I had applied for this Radio Wigwam International Music Awards, which is based in the UK. I sent some of my songs to them, and I was pleasantly surprised.
Not shocked.
Not shocked, yes.
She's a quick learner.
That I got selected for Female Vocalist of the Year.
Wow.
And so I was among the top 10, and to be selected in UK, where there is so much of talent all over. I mean, there are people singing on the street, there are people singing. I mean, there are so many independent artists, and I'm not even over there. I'm doing it from India. So It was really a very big
Awesome,
achievement
yeah.
for me.
I'm-
And I was the only Indian to be selected in that.
Fantastic.
And they are very happy to have my me, and they were also really happy to have my music, and they kept playing it because they liked the song so much. It's called Never Born,
Yeah.
and it is a very different concept because I wrote it during the time of COVID,
Right.
where people were just really frustrated about being at home and just not having a job, or they were like losing a loved one, and then also this sickness, nobody even expected it, and it just hit everyone really
Yeah.
badly. So I wrote, I had that emotion inside me as well, and I penned it down as the song is quite strong. It says like, I wish I was never born, killing myself to save your soul. So basically it's talking to the people at the top who are controlling everything.
Of course, it brought out a creative side from you and so many other musician friends also.
Yes,
They expressed themselves. They wrote songs about the heroes, the doctors, and stuff.
And I was also inspired by Jesus, the way he was like a savior. He gave himself, and he was like a savior to save other people. He sacrificed himself. So this song is also about good people who give up their lives to save other people. Even like in the Russia-Ukraine war, there are these soldiers who are giving up their lives, leaving their families to save the country. So yeah, even my album art, it actually showed all these things, that they're like a soldier. We're actually like soldiers now, like fighting for our families, fighting for our own survival. Like we become like that now. We will be strong.
Recently, some of our Indian brave hearts also, have lost their lives. So, being a soldier, all we can say is we salute you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I salute you, Sherise, for all that you do, because music is a very powerful way of expressing oneself, and I'm sure you have inspired many youngsters to take up this wonderful thing about composing original music.
And it's so great that my music even reached places like Germany and USA and all, and I got called to sing a song for Ukraine, and they told me, we just want your vocals. We are making a song for the people, the war affected people of Ukraine.
Oh, I see.
So whatever proceeds of this song will go for them.
Oh, nice.
So, and it is a metal song. The metal is like
We're very popular.
this is called Global Metalist United. So they pulled me to be part of that band called Global Metalist United, and there were people from Norway, from the US, Canada, Germany, and me from India. So it was a worldwide effort to.
Fantastic. Okay, so before I let you go, I would like you to tell our aspiring viewers, those who are learning music, a word of encouragement.
You have it within you to shine, and whatever people tell you, take some of it as feedback, but if it is negative or it is bringing you down, you just like take it with a pinch of salt, because there are people who are here to encourage you, and there are some who may discourage you. But I mean, you'll meet a lot of people in life, but always have faith in yourself and your own abilities. You have that, God has planted a seed within you. Like, in the Bible they say, that everyone has got talents inside them, and they just need to find out what they are and use it for a greater good, because that's what God put us on this earth for. And I'm just moving along my own life in the same way, trying to explore what God has blessed me with and trying to use it in the best way possible. And I'm so blessed and fortunate to have met so many great people, including Alfie here. I mean, it's been amazing talking to you, and also you've become part of my music journey also now.
Absolutely a pleasure.
Doing a lot of more collaborations with you.
Absolutely. Yes, this was the first time that you saw Sherise D'Souza. Is definitely not the last. Just like Music Uncovered, many more exciting episodes coming. Till we meet again, keep the music flowing and keep the faith.
You came, and with your army you took everything. Now let it go. the night I came, the time just flew away. My soul, it fought so hard. It's all a tragic loss.